landlord tip for today. That's what I'm going to be sharing in this video. So I'm here in one of the apartments, and the landlord tip for today is the USB. What is USB, you might ask? USB is the unique selling product, unique selling feature of your property. So what is the unique selling feature, unique selling product of your business, of this particular apartment? So I'm going to show you the USP, or unique selling product, or unique selling feature of this apartment. So I have two. One is the barn door. Well, there's several barn doors, so there's 3 barn doors. So that's the USP, because it's a custom-made product. And when you have custom-made products, they're more costlier because they are not standard. I cannot just buy it, directly from the Lowe's or Home Depot. Why? Because this door is wide. It's not the regular, 3 feet or 2 feet plus, right, of the door. This is actually 5 feet wide. So it has to be custom built. And so when it's custom built, made specifically for that particular entrance or that particular door, then expect that you're gonna pay a premium because it's custom made. So the USP, or unique selling product, or unique selling feature of this property is the barn door, like I said, and there's 3. Currently, I'm here in the living room, and we bought this about probably like 2-3 years ago. And so we decided to put mini split in this property. And this was open before, and we decided to put in this barn door, beautiful wide barn door. If you can see that, that's really wide, because I want to separate. So some people want their privacy. And so what's behind this is a room. It's an office, or could be a second room. So we're currently using this as a bedroom. So I want to give that room a privacy. So that's why we decided to put in this big, huge barn door. And what I did was I stayed with the natural color, which is just the pine wood, and we just gloss it. So I decided to stay with this color because when we bought this property, the trim of the other rooms was also like natural or beige color. So I don't want to paint it, especially if it's fresh wood, right? I would like my personal preference is to stay with natural. So the closest tone that I could get was just to keep it natural, so that it can match with the, not perfectly match, but at least it goes with the color hue of the existing trim boards. You see that? That's the wood trim board. And then you also have this trim board. And I'm gonna show you this apartment. So not only does it have drywall, new mini split, but it also has this beautiful tile floors, ceramic tile floors. And to put the ceramic tile floor is also very costly, because just imagine you're laying down every single one by one tile floors. So now we're headed to the second room. It's actually small, but it can fit a twin bed, which if you have guests, that's awesome. Or it can fit a study. A study table. And that's what we have right here. And so I decided to use river rocks because we did put in a French perimeter drain on this unit. So it was hard for me to find the existing tile match for this floor. Number 1, because I do not know where the seller bought the tiles, and I went to Lowe's and I could not find one. And second, it would be very hard there's a lot of breaking of the concrete. So I decided that the more product that has a play, or that's forgiving, would be the river rocks, because then it doesn't reveal too much of the imperfection. So as you can see, this is my second barn door. That's my first barn door. So let me try to close this. And voila. So that gives it privacy. Now we're into the bedroom. or the office. So this is the other barn door for the closet. A closet barn door. I decided to use a barn door here because, as you can see, it's so wide. Oh, hello to my viewer and my listener. So I decided I love wide doors. And so I don't want to shrink it to 3 foot just so I can put in a regular door. So I decided I'm gonna keep it the same with the others, which is a barn door. If you can see here, this is a regular door. This is like 3 feet, right? So I don't want to shrink it to this 3 feet. I want to keep this wide door. You see that? That's like probably 4 feet. So I decided I'm gonna continue this barn door. All right. Let me give you a view. It's a view of the barn door, the office, and this barn door in here. Okay, so let's head out to the living room. And this is the closet for your winter jacket. And so that's the second barn door. And third barn door is in the bathroom. So we are in the kitchen. And that's the barn door right there. So again, the door is very wide, and I like to keep the wide doors. You can see it didn't have any doors before, and so I decided I'm gonna put in this barn door to make the bathroom way bigger. So the USB, I'll turn off this motion. So the second USB, or unique selling product, unique selling feature of this apartment is the bathroom. Why? Because I continued the river rocks and I put in the glass shower door and the beautiful bathroom. So let me show you. For me, it's beautiful. Everybody has a different taste, but for me, it is beautiful. So this is part of the French drain, as you can see under, and then this one is not part of it. But in order to give that continuity, so I decided to bring the river rocks in the bathroom and to continue all the way out here, because we put in the French drain on this property, and from the French drain it goes directly out to the sump pump, and from the sump pump into daylight. So let me show you again the USB of this apartment. So you might ask, why do I have 2 hot water tanks in here? Because this building has 2 apartments. So this is the first apartment and the second apartment is upstairs. And when you have hot water tank, it's not a question of if it's gonna leak water. They will leak water at some point in time. The question is when. When is it gonna leak? And there's no way of telling. So what I did, because we have a French drain here, look at this. This will collect any water, and so if this ever leaks, so the water will go down into the French drain, and then it's going to catch all the way into the sub pump. So when you're a landlord, you have to think of things, right, that can cause damage to your property. Number 1 is water, either water from the washing machine or water from your water tank. And so it's always nice to have when there's a backup plan of what happens when this, hot water tank or this washing machine appliance will leak water. And so it will catch water and they will go into this French drain. Having experienced several apartments with, water tank leaking or washing machine leaking, it's always good to have a drain take care of the water. In that way, if there's water leakage, then it's not that costly to fix, because why? You have the drain. So if you don't have a drain, that's another topic that I can share with you at some point in time, to let you know what I did in these other properties without a French drain. So let me know in the comment section below what you've learned about USP, or unique selling product, or unique selling feature of your apartment, of your business. So my dear friends, my name is Rhea. For those who don't know me, I'm a family medicine physician and a geriatric physician. And now what I do is I provide housing to medical students, to resident physicians, to fellows, to attending physicians, to regular nurses and traveling nurses, to physicists, all the medical professionals out here in my neck of the woods. So take care until next time. God bless, and let's go. Well, cannot wait. Bye. Until next time.